Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Mariana DeGiacomo and Stephanie Cargill, both from the Stark County District Library, and so many things happening in October, along with all of your regular, before we get into all the extra things, can we give sort of a brief overview of the kinds of services that we can expect to find regularly every day?
Sure. We have so many things. We have technology classes for all ages. We have story time, which is a great opportunity for parents to bring their children, parents, caregivers, grandparents, a great first opportunity for children to experience a social activity and to hear wonderful stories and to get all kinds of positive early literacy experiences.
Let's park there just for two shakes. Reading readiness is so important, and you have so much that promotes that and supports that.
We really do. We're really committed to helping prepare children for kindergarten. It's really very important. And there are so many very simple things that parents can do. Really just bringing your child to the library, getting them a library card, reading every night, singing songs, doing nursery rhymes. We have kindergarten readiness packs that you can check out that have books and activities that parents can do with their children. We have literacy cards that have all of the 6 early literacy skills on them. And on those cards, there are tips for parents on simple activities they can do with their children every day, book recommendations, all kinds of things that really can help a child get that wonderful first start so that when they begin kindergarten, they're ready to read and they're ready to learn.
And it's just something that you can stop by and say, I want that card. I want to start practicing these 6 things.
Yes.
It's really fun to watch, isn't it? To just see a child just sort of, it clicks and they just start to begin to catch on and then start to gobble up the books as much as we love it. Is there a difference between screen reading and book reading? That age-old question.
You know, the screens are here to stay. One of the things that we do at the library is really try to help parents make informed decisions about quality apps that they can use with their kids. And I think the important thing to remember with the screen is that if a parent or a grandparent or a caregiver is doing it with their child and you're having an interaction with the child, that can be a good quality experience as well.
I'm hearing that the more senses we use when we're in a learning type activity, the better we remember it. So maybe turning pages makes us remember things better than swiping a screen over and over again. Perhaps. Probably the jury's still out, or what do we know?
Maybe. You know, I think a combination of things. You know, play is so important as well. So when you said, you know, using your senses, that's one of the other things that we really encourage. We have play areas with different toys in our children's spaces and really encourage that as an activity that can help build literacy as well.
We also have Lego clubs, and there are Legos that kids can come and experience right there in the Children's Center. In addition to the packs that Mariana talked about, we also have NASA packs and NASA space packs and dino packs, and now we have baby packs, and we have just really sensory experiences for kids. My grandkids are always really excited when the NASA pack comes home.
My goodness. Cool. Yes. Okay. And then because we're talking about little kids, how do you clean them in between?
We make sure that they are, when they're brought back to the library, we make sure that they're ready to go for the next person that
I'm asking on behalf of my daughter-in-law, who I know would be asking that question. All right, we got a election coming up here in about a month, and we need to educate ourselves on everything going on, one of those things being Issue 4. Tell us about it. Help us understand what's going on.
Certainly. Issue 4 is coming on the election on November 6th, and Issue 4 is a $2.2 million 8-year levy for Stark libraries. And that levy will go to support all of the services that we currently provide to Stark County residents. Services like early childhood literacy that Mariana has been talking about, services like workforce development, the one-on-one services that Mariana was referring to earlier. We use those services all across the board. So our one-on-one services and tech classes help people get ready for workforce, to advance their career, or to get back into the workforce.
Okay, can I stop you right there just for a second, because we'll continue. Sure. How do we do that? How does the library do that? what kinds of services help prepare someone to enter or re-enter the workforce?
We have resume writing services, so people will meet with individuals and help them to write their resume to get it prepared to go into the workforce. We also have tech skill classes, so skills like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, skills that people need as they're entering or going back into the workforce. Mary Ellen Ikaza, who's our executive director, said that she met with someone last week. And this woman had lost her job and needed to build her skills to get back into the workforce. She didn't have the skills she needed. And she came and took Excel classes at the library. Those one-on-one services also help with interview skills and lots of things that people need to help get back into the workforce.
So these services are free.
They are absolutely free
because
at the library.
You would be paying to go back and take any kind of career development or professional development type of classes.
Sure. Many organizations offer classes and services like these, but at the library it's absolutely free.
And you can put that on a resume and it will be taken seriously, as seriously as if I've got this certificate from something.
Absolutely.
Well, isn't that something? Are you seeing a difference in age group of people who are using these services? In other words, are people staying in the workforce or switching careers later in life than they used to? Do you think?
I think we see a combination of things, and
yes.
there's really a need across all ages, whether you're just recently graduated from high school and need some help getting that first resume done, or whether you're, further on in your career and maybe you're changing jobs or just need those basic skills. Like Stephanie said, the tech classes that we offer, they span a range of skills, everything from beginning, learning how to use a mouse all the way to Excel.
Because the 60-plus-year-olds don't think they're very old. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they're not ready to stop. They're just kind of like, hey, I'm on my game. So, do you see more of people over 60?
Sure. And those one-on-one experts also help people with their smartphone, learning how to use their smartphone, learning how to use our services on their phones.
That's interesting. All right. Well, I stopped you there. So continue. What other things will we be funding through Issue 4?
Well, one of the things I can tell you is that last year we offered one-on-one services to over 15,000 individuals in our community. So the levy will help us offer those services to more individuals. We are always running out of time, running out of the resources to provide those services, so we're limited right now, and passing the levy will help us expand those services into our community.
When we say one-on-one services, what are we talking about specifically?
You can make an appointment with one of our experts in the library to come in for a half an hour or an hour and learn skills that you need.
Oh, my goodness. All right. And so does this mean that there are more employees at the library, or how does it need money to do this?
Actually, one of the other things that we're looking at is a new service model at the library. And that service model will mean that things like we were talking about earlier, the self-check. For individuals using that self-check, using the new RFID technology, allows people to do that quickly and easily themselves, freeing up our library staff workers to be able to do things like talk to you individually about how to use your smartphone.
Okay, somebody who hasn't walked into a library lately might be really surprised that we're even talking about self-check. So tell me how that, kind of walk us through how that works, because basically it's like checking yourself out of the grocery store, right?
It is. It's extremely easy. All you have to do is have your library card. You scan your library card. You take your stack of books. You put your stack of books on the pad, and it checks it out for you.
How does it check out a whole stack at the same time? This is the part that just makes me mind boggled. You don't take them one at a time and scan as using the grocery store again as an example. It's not like one item after another. You just pile everything on there and you're done.
That's right. It's called RFID technology, which is radio frequency technology. So it's not reading a barcode anymore. It's scanning that technology through a radio frequency.
And it knows every single thing you're checking out.
It does. Actually, there is a limit, so you can't check out 100 books because there's a limit to the pad. And I think it's 5 to 7 books items depending on the thickness of them. Okay,
but can you mix video and book and put them all in a pile? And yes, you're nodding yes. It's just, this is when I feel old, I'm telling you. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay. But do all of the branches have this? I know some of them. All the branches are equipped with this now?
We have this summer equipped all of our items, our materials and books with the RFID technology, and we're going to expand that service out. Right now we're testing several vendors, so the RFID pads are being tested in one of our locations, and as soon as we've landed on a vendor, we'll be expanding that through all of our locations.
Okay. Where are the locations where you self-check now?
Right now at Jackson, you can self-check.
Yeah.
You should go and try it.
I have. And, okay, I think I was in another one, too, where they said you can self-check here, too. Would that be North Branch? Are they doing it as well?
North Branch has a self-check, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, those two for sure. Now, are they using different technology, two different vendors? Or who's trying? You're trying different vendors at different times?
Right now, we're testing one to see how that works out, and then I think there's a process to look at other vendors if that technology doesn't seem to be working as we would expect.
Okay. Well, it seems pretty good. Just as a consumer, seems like it was pretty slick.
So imagine the time, knowing what you do, that you would have had to go and take your stack of 10 books to the desk, and the staff would check those out one at a time and give you a receipt, and then you'd walk away. Imagine all of that time exponentially that our staff will be able to help people individually with other things than just the transactional checking out a book.
Oh, but Stephanie, I remember when every book had a little pocket, and they each had a little card, and they each had a little stamp pad, and that's what a librarian did, as far as I was concerned. They just stamped those and then looked at you very sternly and said, make sure these are back by this day.
I remember that too.
Okay. I'm not the only one. Because now it's like zip, zip, zip by. And they're so friendly. And you know what else I've noticed? Talking in the library. Is this new? Because, it's not like just the shh, shh, shh. It's not loud, but it seems like a friendlier place than some may remember.
Libraries are no longer a quiet place. They are a friendly community place where people can go and engage with each other and not just with books.
Oh, I love that statement. All right. Well, let's go back because we are in a very busy month, October. Mariana, I'm going to just lob this back to you and remind us everything that's going on, when and where and how we can participate.
Okay. Well, I would encourage everyone to go to starklibrary.org or stop in one of our locations and pick up a Smart Store Guide for all of the complete listing of everything that we have, because we do have so many things happening. But some of the bigger things we have on October 5th, Eric Litwin, the author of Pete the Cat, at the Canton Palace Theater. Bring your kids, bring everyone.
Age group that you're recommending that for?
Really, all ages. It's a family event. So the Pete the Cat books are like for elementary students. But really, it'll be a fun event for families. And then on October 25th, we have Ruth Reichel at the Canton Palace Theater. She is our One Book, One Community, and Speaking of Books author. And that is at 6:30. Doors open at 5:30. And on October 27th, we have our 8th annual Diggin' in the Dark at the main library, and doors open at 6, and it is from 6 to midnight.
And you've got a great relationship with the Palace Theater, do you not? How awesome is that venue to be able to do these wonderful programs?
It really is an incredible venue, beautiful theater.
Do you hear from the speakers saying, wow?
We do.
I kind of wondered. All right, the website, one more time for everyone to get all the deets.
It is starklibrary.org.
Awesome. Well, Mariana DiGiacomo and Stephanie Cargill, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for all you do in our community.
Thank you, Susie.